Springfield Armory, another high quality. You know what that means. Alright, going to go ahead and unbox this thing real quick. I'll take the bag out. There's the bag. And probably by the title and already you probably know what we're talking about here. Let me give you a lock. The SA35. Haven't even really looked through the paperwork myself. So this is Springfield Armory's, basically their version of the high power. They call it the SA35 because I believe because it came out in 1935. It could be the reason, you think? Alright, some stickers and stuff like that. But let's get to the box, or the bag rather. We already done the box. Let's open it up and let's see what we get. Springfield's been providing these bags that are pretty nice, pretty cool. Alright, what do we think of this? You know, I like high powers. You guys know I'm a 1911 guy through and through, but the high power is, I've always said the high power was like my mistress when it comes to these things. And you know, the interesting thing about these high powers is you never knew what was going to be on that slide because all kinds of companies were making them and everything. So first impressions on this thing, what do we see, what do we like, what did they change, what did they keep the same? And so, you know what, guess what we also have? We have an original Browning that it is copying. So already, you know, we can see to the starting at the back here of the slide, the original here closer to you, and the Springfield on the back. The thumb safety is rather different. Yeah, so they did a little bit of a extended ledge thumb safety, which I'm actually a pretty good fan. I mean, I like that. You know, that's a good touch. You know, hammer-wise, you can see what they've done here with the hammer is they have created it so where it doesn't give you hammer bite. The shape of it is pushed forward a little bit. You can see that, and the ring is not quite as large. You can see the original one there. You get a little bit of skin up in there. It's gonna get you. And the newer one, you can see it gives you a little bit more clearance. Side to side, you can see that the other one on the Springfield is slightly smaller. That's what's going on there. They've made it a little smaller, perhaps pushed it, like I said, it looks like it's been pushed forward a little bit. Slide to frame fit is excellent. You can see they're really close, really close. We just got back from the range firing this thing and testing it out, and I gotta say, well, what a phenomenal piece. The other thing I wanted to point out is the grips. Normally I'm always like into changing out the grips, but the grips on this is excellent. Look at the way they're fitted to the frame. Excellent. Excellent fitting of the grips, and it feels really good in hand. I mean, again, you know, rather if you like Springfields or not, I do. I love this high power. Look at the sight. The dovetail sight is really flush. Now, I did hear that you're not going to be able to change out the sights from these to other Browning sights or anything like that. So it could be, you know, you could look at it as a negative or not. But I think what comes with it already is really decent for me. Considering the old school sights, you can see here the old school original here on the left, and on the right you got the Springfield where the sights, even the front sight. Of course, it doesn't have the lustrous kind of really that inky blue finish on it, but it does have a nice parkerized flat matte finish. So we're going to go ahead and actually pop this thing open, but before we do, check this out. You know what, we're clear. No magazine. What is it? No magazine disconnect. They had removed that feature, which I'm glad they did. It's not my favorite feature of the high power, so I'm glad they did that, which also makes for a better trigger. Alright, so lock that to the lock the slide to the rear, putting the thumb safety onto that first notch right there, lifting up the slide lock and pushing on that, which will allow you to remove. Now, it is a little, it seems like somewhat of a little bit stiffer, but then again, it is brand new. Pop slide right off this. And of course mine, you know, you've got some ballast all over it, but you can see here, there is a complaint I will have. This spring, take it in and out, it's quite difficult. I don't know why. It's a little bit more difficult than the original Browning there, but the barrel on this, we wipe it down from the ballast stall. The barrel is really beautiful. Really well done compared to the Browning barrel. I will say that. I don't see that the line that goes through usually that was what the thing was. They're done in two pieces. I didn't see that on this, but the barrel, I can tell you, is a lot better shape, and fit and finished on the barrel is a lot better. I'll give it that. So. It still operates just like a Browning, nothing funny or weird. You got the teeter-totter thing right there that we're on the frame. You can see when you pull the trigger, that right there pops up, and what that does is it hits the bar right there, causes the bar to push down, and I'm not sure if we can get it to do it here for you on camera, but causes it to hit down. You can see it protrude. And what it does is it comes down and hits right here on the sear. I'll hold the hammer back and you can see that's what moves the sear out of the way, so it'll fire. Alright, now we're going to watch me fumble trying to put the spring back into this thing, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because it doesn't have the maybe because the Browning spring is a lot more stiff. But it does kind of have a flimsy kind of way about it. Okay, again, you know, but yeah, that would be something I would say. You know, that does have a kind of a strange kind of way it goes about, because you can see on the regular Browning here. Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and show you the barrel on the Browning, just to show you. It just has some of the machining marks the other doesn't have. You can see the line there that I'm talking about. But, you know, putting it back together and everything, you know, again, I don't know if it's just because the Browning just has a little bit more of a different spring setup or whatnot going on with it. But I find it a lot easier to do. Alright, the other question is, magazine-wise. Theirs is a 15 round capacity magazine. It is a Springfield, it does say Springfield on it right there, but let's see here. Patent, okay, it does say made in Italy there. Are they the same size as the original Browning magazine? They sure look like it. Does it actually accept and take the original magazine? It sure seems like it does. So there's that, if you're wondering if it will take that magazine or not. So, alright, overall, what do I think? I think it's a beautiful copy. I think it's great. It's wonderful. Good shooter. I love the high power. If you love high powers and you kind of want more something traditional to the old classic, I would say this would be the ticket, because now that the other older ones are getting so much more collectible and everything. But, you know, I mean, yes, there's the collector side of me that would always and still choose the old school Browning, but I'd say the SA35 is a pretty good winner.